exciting East Anglian derby with a deciding goal coming just 3 minutes from time. And Luton's FA Cup hopes are still alive and kicking. With news on both these games, John Myatt.
A tremendous fight back for Luton to come from 2 down and force a second replay. They'll meet Watford at Kenilworth Road on Saturday, and it's bound to be a stirring match. Mind you, it'll have to go a long way to equal the Milk Cup semi-final before a capacity crowd at Norwich. Ipswich brought a 1-goal lead to Carrow Road last night, but it didn't take them long to realise they'd left their luck behind. After just 2 minutes, a confident penalty appeal turned down. After 17 minutes, the decisive blow. Mitch de Vrij knocked out. Manager Bobby Ferguson knew the seriousness, and although a shaky de Vrij wanted to continue, after a thunderous but accidental clash of heads, substitute Alan Sunderland was instantly warming up. De Vrij, the scourge of Norwich in the first leg, had scored in every Milk Cup tie, but there was no way he could continue. As expected, Norwich piled on the pressure now, and Paul Cooper had to be at his best to stop the Donowald-Dean combination. City varied the now almost inevitable near-post corner. This time, Bruce's header found the woodwork, a warning of things to come. Watson couldn't make his header tell, and so Ipswich escaped. But after 35 minutes, the canny veterans in the Norwich attack squared the tie. Dean's close control skill and a back heel to Shannon was repaid by a cleverly weighted return pass. The fact that Dean's shot deflected off a defender didn't make it any the less a worthy goal. It was hard just watching, but out on the pitch, everything boiled up a little, including tempers. Hartford looked the real culprit, Gates got booked for dissent, and referee Hacker wasn't popular with Ipswich. Now, I thought he handled well a game which, in the second half especially, threatened to explode at times. Many a referee would have had a book full of names and probably spoiled what was an enthralling contest. Ipswich stuck to their task well, but only rarely did they look truly threatening near goal. They missed de Vrij. As the prospects of extra time loomed, Norwich seemed the fresher and more determined, but Ipswich never looked a beaten side. Beaten they were, though, when Barham's far post corner found Steve Bruce ready to run through a wall if need be. The players knew, the fans knew, the scoreboard said it. East Anglian reserve forgotten, and Norwich fans chanted away the remaining 3 minutes, confident that game to the last Ipswich couldn't spoil their destiny. The final whistle heralded a pitch invasion, but really only to pay homage to players who that night made themselves into folk heroes. Mickey Shannon had seen it all before and enjoyed it. He goes to Wembley at the twilight of his career and will give a thought, no doubt, to the disappointment in the Ipswich camp. Here we are, sober after the celebrations. Norwich City manager Ken Brown and the scorer Steve Bruce. Steve, you looked as if you'd run through a wall to get that final goal.
Yeah, there was 3 minutes left, I think, about that, and we won a corner down on the left-hand side, and Marky Barham come over and took it, knocked it to the far post, and I was lucky enough that nobody was sort of picking me up, and managed to get my head to it and stick it at the back of the net.
Yeah, in fairness, John, it was something we worked on that very morning. The idea was to take Butcher out of the way, and it worked perfectly.
What's it been like this morning? Been flooded with calls?
Oh, jeevers, yeah. It's been quite hectic one way or the other. You know, everybody wants to know you, which is nice.
Well, Ken, you've been to Wembley as a player, as a manager. You've been to Wembley, Steve, as a ball boy.
Yeah, I was back there in 1976 it was. I was just a kid at the time. And Newcastle were playing Manchester City, and in the Manchester City team that day was Asa Hartford, so it would be nice to sort of walk out with Asa Hartford in the same team as me.
Very nice for you, very nice for him. Now, not so nice for you, your debut with Norwich. Everybody reminds you about the own goal, don't
Yeah, everybody keeps drumming up the past about this own goal of mine. I think it was first two minutes, I think, in my league debut. And I think it was my first touch as well.
Well, let's bury it and forget about it. Let's just think for a second about Sunday.
Yes.
Sunday at Wembley, Sunday at Wembley. Can it be the same?
Well, it's Passion Sunday, you know.
Is it?
Yeah, it's Passion Sunday. And you're going to have more passion out there from all our supporters and everything else. That'll be packed there, no problems at all.
So you're looking forward to it, Steve, obviously?
Obviously, we're all looking forward to it. It's great for the players, and as much as for the management staff and the supporters, I think we're all going down to enjoy our day, and hopefully we can come back with the right result.
Best of luck.